Okay. See.
Okay. Oh, I think I gotta change the. Let me see. I don't think you're showing up when.
I'm not showing up.
Yeah, I don't think you're showing up on YouTube.
Oh, I see. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not showing up. Yeah, I'm in your live stream.
I gotta figure out how to do it to where I guess it's speaker.
Oh wait, hold up. I'm not in. Do you see me now, or like did you see me before?
Yeah, I was seeing you before, and then it was like your.
Oh, you don't see me now?
Yeah.
Oh, because I was I stepped out to get the link for your
Oh,
channel.
okay. Yeah, I got it set up on
I'm
speaker.
about to disappear for a sec, so I can share the link on Twitter and stuff.
All right. Okay. Hey y'all, Stevie with Bread and Economics. Tonight I've got the amazing Anthony Reyes with us. And yeah, you've been around for a while. I mean, I see you everywhere. You're one of the original people that I would see in my chat, you and like propaganda and a few others. But yeah, it's great to finally have you on here and be able to have a one-on-one with you.
Yeah, I'm honored to be here. Like I've known you for a long time, seen you in Jamal's chat, like around everywhere, Grand Melwood, anywhere. You be
everywhere.
Just like me, we're everywhere. We're trying to consume as much content as possible.
You have to anymore. I mean, there's just so much going on. You constantly have to pay attention.
Yeah, COVID show like a lot of people got left behind. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm talking about. Like a lot of people, they trust. Like I'll put it this way: a lot of people were there. They were right there with you and me. They were there when Russiagate happened. We knew it was BS. And then like they cheated Bernie, we knew that was like there's things that they agree with us on, and then as soon as COVID happened, it's like a cloak went over their faces, like they went white, they like whatever mainstream media says, whatever like CNN says, that's what they're going with. And like people like you and me, like why would we stop there? But what like these people tell me that something came from a bat in China, and like I'm supposed to believe it and like change my whole life to like, come on now, it's a little suspect. And then like there's a lot of people that see it our way. There's a lot of people there's way more people that see it the other way. That like, no, we're wrong. Mainstream media wouldn't lie to us. Vaccinate, everything is safe.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty amazing. I think it's just like everything was good. We were all getting along, and then COVID happened, and it's just like, wait a second. Now the people that, we used to be on the same page with that, they're quoting like CNN and the White House. And I'm just like, you can't trust these
blows
people.
Your mind.
Like, why are we trusting Pfizer now? Why are we trusting Bill Gates? And, it just makes no sense. But, the way I see it is like, hopefully, soon they'll kind of get back on the same page as us. But, I don't have time to wait around. None of us do.
I don't know.
Pushing forward.
Let's see what happens.
Olive Branch. What was that?
I don't know. I don't have much faith that people like. This has got the grip is so strong. It's like I don't know. Like it's the psyop of all psyops.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, well, part of it, yeah, it is true. Like the people that believe it are like
they're gone. It's like they're gone. Like reality, like no matter apply. Like things don't apply like they used to apply. Like there's, have you seen this meme where they go, "Oh, the flu numbers are down because we're vaccinating and social distancing," and then they'll go, "But the COVID numbers are going up because we're not social distancing and wearing masks." It's like it's like what that's the logic we're dealing with though. Like honestly, that is like two things can be true to somebody at the same time. Mm-hmm. It's like it's you're pissing on me and like and you're and like I'm telling you it's water. They're pissing on me. I'm telling you it's water. Like, no,
Yeah.
that's water.
Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, just even with masks, I mean, who was it? It was Grand Theft World that was saying, like, they put together a video that was saying, like, okay, well, here's Dr. Fauci in the beginning where he says that masks don't work. Then there's Dr. Fauci saying that you must wear a mask. Then there's the two masks. Now there's a report on either CBS or NBC saying 4 masks. And I'm just like,
Okay,
these
we
are
get
the people that you're trusting. I mean, no matter what, I mean, it's just like they're just laughing at with each other, saying, look what we can make them do. 5 masks, right? You know, like they're just fucking with us at this point. Like,
have you ever heard this guy? He worked in the CIA, and then he was like the original Mike Pompeo. Like, he was a spook first, and then he got Reagan put him into like national security. Like, he was like an advisor or something. And they asked him, like, going in, like, what is like your number one priority, like going into like the 21st century? And he said, like, I gotta remember what he said. He said, let me think. Yeah, he said, damn, what did he say? Okay, he said, we know we succeeded when everything that we tell the public is a lie and they believe it.
oh,
Like, that's
wow.
where we're at right now.
Yeah, and they can make up whatever it is that they want because, you know, people aren't given any kind of proper information. They're given 5 different things that contradict each other at least every day. You know, and they want to make sure that they protect themselves. They're trying to protect their loved ones. When you don't have health insurance, you got to be extra careful no matter what. So, you know, I get where people are like susceptible to this stuff, you know what I mean? But, you know, that's why they do it, because it's
It's
very
tough.
effective.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like
Effective.
you really run out of answers. Like, what? It's like whack-a-mole. You have so many problems. And you got to tackle. They're all devastating. They're all like, if you don't tackle this one, they're all gonna like screw you over. Like, and there's so many. Like, people are uninformed. People need jobs. People don't have clean water. Like, there's so many things on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
That it's hard to like take the information you and me, people like we take in, and really be positive, like have a positive outlook of what's gonna happen 5, 10, 20 years from now. Like, we know what's happening now, what's happened in the last 40 years, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. I mean, I think that what we're doing here is growing, though. I mean, it's not reported on mainstream media, but when you look at like these, like the anti-lockdown protests, when you look at, I mean, there's even people that are skeptical, you know, from the left, but they're never framed that way. They're always framed as like, you know, Trump supporters and, you know, crazy people or whatever. But there's a lot of people out there that agree with us, or just at least say, look, what they're telling us isn't true. We know enough to know that what they're telling us doesn't make sense. Like, we need more information. So, I mean, I think there's a lot more people out there, but, you know, it's like right after 9/11, you know, people are afraid to come forward and, you know, because if you say like, look, we shouldn't be doing this, then you're labeled as, you know, a right winger, or you're labeled as somebody that doesn't care about other people, or, you know, like, oh, you just want to, you know, kill off all the old people or something, you know, like crazy stuff. It's just like, no, I care about people. I don't want them to, you know, I don't want our suicides to go up. I don't want people to be unemployed. I don't want people to lose their homes. You know, it's just, there's so much more than just stay home and stay safe. I mean, a lot of people don't have that privilege.
They don't. And it's like, what I wanted to say. Think about Stevie. Like, we're roughly the same age.
Mm-hmm.
Think about like when in '96 when they passed the telecommunications bill. Think about all the fuckery that's going on. The Monica Lewinsky stuff. Repeal
Mm-hmm.
Glass-Steagall. George Bush steals an election. George Bush allows 2 planes to hit Manhattan, and then it become after that it was like they put it in black and white. It started to become more black and white, and you saw these 2 apparatuses grow, and with CNN in the middle with MSNBC and Fox, and it's like all like from the telecommunications bill to now, like that's done like irreparable damage to like just like what people consume, how they understand things. And like I don't know if it's organic or what. Like I don't know if it can be like you and me could be like, yo, I woke up. But how do we wake like how do we keep waking people up like it seems like it has to happen faster now. It seems like it keeps accelerating. So we're like, we need to do this faster, and like it's being harder to do. People are like, they're set in their ways, like
Yeah.
and like, yeah, like I would say that like they're set in their ways, and like most people's ways nowadays, they're like their psyche is like they're not really thinking about stuff. They're like too busy chasing something.
Yeah. I mean, so many people are like on the brink of a nervous breakdown. Like they're about to lose their home, about to lose their job, like they're so stressed out to the max. And then you tell them this shit and they just shut down. They're like, nope, I cannot deal with this right now. Like I cannot, do not tell me I believe in Santa Claus. I believe in elections. Like, like don't tell me this. I can't deal with it. And I get it, but it's not going to get any better. You're going to keep staying that stressed out until you look at everything for what it is. Like you're going to still keep losing until we start seeing reality. Like you could believe in the false hope of, the Democrats or whatever, whoever you believe in, or you can have like real hope with actually taking charge of what you want to happen. Right. Like,
yeah.
But that's just like a little too complicated for people that are, facing evictions and stuff, it's like, I can't, I don't know. So that's why I think like part of it should be what like Misty talks about is like mutual aid. So to like free people up to be able to have that like mental bandwidth to like deal with this stuff. And then like part of it is getting the information out there.
And also like, let's bring it back to like the economics that you're saying. Even when you're in the space that you occupy, Stevie, now where you're trying to like navigate through like the left space in YouTube or whatever, the internet, you got all these shysters that like their economics are good, so they're pushing you the wrong way. They're pushing you to be a Democrat or be a Republican. You know what I mean? Like it's so many things compiling on top of themselves, like from angles that you couldn't even perceive. Like it's like a beautiful weapon to like keep us down and like take over. And like for there to be no way to like climb out of it.
Yeah, that's what the CIA's been working on since what, the 50s, 60s,
yeah,
right? Mind control, manipulating people. I mean, they quit doing that. Like they were like, oh, you caught us. I guess we're not going to work on, creating mental slaves, right? Like they've perfected it. Now they have Facebook that gets all of our thoughts and feelings, and Twitter and all these different algorithms that if you have an algorithm that can predict everything that you love and everything that you hate, like you don't think that the government's not tapping into that to be able to manipulate you, or mainstream media is not like using that algorithm to manipulate your feelings to work against you? Like that's exactly what they do.
That's another aspect. Like obviously, like we have like there's no antitrust laws. There's no oversight regulation. The people doing the crimes are the regulators themselves, or own the people that are regulating them. But also like that's not really talked about. You know how what's it called? It's like human progression or whatever. Like how like we've like keep evolving. Like things keep getting newer and newer. Like these guys keep getting better at fucking us too. That's something we got to take it to. Like they have more gadgets. They have more more things that make it like a drone, where you don't have to really like engage in it. You're just from a distance. Like they have like, I'm sure there's a whole other type of ways they can do that where they don't have to engage in it. Like you said, an algorithm owned by Incutel, which owns Google. Like exactly, like something as simple as that should be like that should be known like across every space. Like everybody should know Google's part of the government. Like these should be like Facebook is part. Like these people can't fail. They're propped up by the government.
Yeah. And why do you think that the CIA goes out there and creates those businesses, these corporations? It's not because they need money. I mean, they're rolling in money. If they ever needed money, all they got to do is, they don't even have to ask. The government's just throwing it at them. So why are they going out there if it's not a monetary incentive for creating these corporations? What is it that they're gaining from it? It's naturally it's the intelligence that they're getting from it,
Yeah.
and we're being spied on left and right.
Yeah. Those of us,
they probably know the color of your underwear. Like, that's how much they know about us. Like, it's super creepy.
And like so many few of us, like there's probably people you tell them to, and they're like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Or like, I know people like that. You tell them like, yo, like I remember I told my cousin, like, yo, where's 7 Wars? He's like, so, like it be like when you meet people like that, it's like, what do it? Like, you're so overwhelmed, like man, this guy is so dumb. It's all like that's how they want. It's not even that he's dumb. It's that he's been conditioned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when it's so normal. Like when I was growing up, I just, every day I would pass the chemical plants and the coal mines, right, in order to get to school. And then one day I was like, oh wait, that's not supposed to be there. What are they making over there? Yeah. What are they making in these chemical plants? What is that smoke coming out in the air? What is that I'm breathing in? Like one day I was just like, what is that? I've been passing that every day, but like, what is that? Like, but no matter how abnormal it is, like if you're raised around it and grew up around it, like it's totally normal for you, like, not to question it. Oh, that's just always been there,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what it was that made me like say,
that's what is that? That's there, but there lies the question. Like what leads you to see like, wow, there's something wrong here? And like, I gotta educate myself. I don't know, like it was just like, it's just a subconscious thing where you like, some people, like, I guess like they're in the right type of mind frame or like setting on the right influences, like telling them like, yo, you gotta focus on. But like, yeah, like regular people like you and me, like, I don't, like, it's so hard. Like it has to be like, you gotta really feel it or something.
It takes a special kind of dedication. I think Chris Hedges called it like a certain kind of madness, because like you have to be obsessed. Like you have to be able to make the decision between like just, sitting around and watching Dancing with the Stars and, letting your mind take a break, or, delving into like some really deep, dark, depressing, shit. But, I think it's worth it. I want to continue living on this planet. I want my kids to have a better time than what I've got, which, as it's panning out, but, things for our generation are worse than what our parents had. So what's it going to be like for my kids? Or even if you don't have kids, like what kind of life do you want to live like this? Like, do you really want to make, $8 an hour, working at McDonald's, or, whatever it is that you got to do to survive? Like it's not good.
Like, that's how it is. In New York, like you're getting paid like New York now is like 15, but like you gotta pay like so much money, like it's crazy.
I don't even understand how people do it in New York or California. Like that is so crazy out there. And then they're sending out checks like $1,400, which out here, that pays some bills. It'll pay rent or something. But in California, that ain't touching nothing. In New York, that doesn't touch anything. Like, okay, well, I might be able to pay my electric on the apartment that I'm going to lose, like, what's that doing? Like, what the fuck? It's insulting. And I don't understand how people haven't like burnt, the government down to the ground yet.
But think about it, Stevie. Like, it's insulting that, let's say it was 2000, you get 2000 and like how many months it's been? Like not every month, like, and Americans take it. I don't understand, Stevie. People in other countries, they ain't taking this shit. You better give them their money. They know you got it. Mm-hmm. Like people here, it's like nobody's even focused on it. No, it's like I don't know. They breeded like a culture of like subservience. You don't question it.
Just be grateful. Just be grateful for whatever scrap.
But I don't even think it's that. I think that I truly believe most people have no idea. Like they wouldn't even know how to engage in a conversation if we bring this up. They're like, oh, I don't know. They should have done it. That might be as far as they go.
Yeah.
Like people are so caught. There's so many distractions to keep you preoccupied.
Yeah. That's why I tell people, look at the hierarchy of needs. If you look at the hierarchy of needs, there has been a war waged from that.
Right there.
For decades, they have been undermining our hierarchy of needs to where if they can deprive us of food and shelter and clean air and clean water and jobs and security and all this stuff, then we don't have the time. We just don't have the capacity to fight back when we're just fighting to stay alive. So that's where the mutual aid definitely has to kick in. Like that's where we have to reach out to our communities. It's going to take, worker co-ops, communes, whatever it is that you got to do in order to like work together, because they're not going to do it. We have to create like our own social safety nets, because these assholes that are in charge are going to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, like that's the number one problem. Is like we don't grow our own food. That's a huge problem.
I'm in the country and I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. Like I don't like I've got the means, I've got like the land, but I don't have the knowledge. Snork Y2K has been helping us and a few other people, but I've got to learn how to do that shit because it's not like they teach it in school.
Yeah.
But what was it for you like that got you into this? Because like you know a lot more than I do. So what was it for you? Like, was it just one day you saw something, or like?
I don't know. It's weird. Like, I was always curious about that stuff. Like, I seen Obama win, and I was curious about that. You see me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I saw Obama win. I saw the thing that really like started like making me focus a little like more like more specifically was like, remember when they killed Freddie Gray?
Yeah.
Like and like the riots, and then like I seen how MSNBC would portray it, and then how like Megyn Kelly would portray it. Like things like that started like waking me up a little bit. I get Bernie, like he really did one on me too. Like Bernie really woke me up. I was interested, and then like one day a friend of mine told me like, because I was watching like I was watching the worst shows ever. I was watching Chris Matthews, Chris Hayes, Maddow. Oh my god! Sometimes I watch Tucker or like Brett Baer, like the worst of the worst. Wolf Blitzer. It was like BS. And then, like,
don't worry, like, I did the same things.
it kept me. I guess it kept me engaged. Like I was just interested. Like I went from like watching sports to just watching like CNN every day, like for like a couple hours, and then like I might watch sports again. And then like one day my friend told me, "Yo, check these channels out." He showed me Tim Pool. He showed me TYT and like a couple others. And then like that's when I really started. Like when I started watching TYT, Jimmy, and Jordan Charlatan, all these people. That's when I started to really pick it up. And then from then, met Jimmy, met Jamaro, met Tim Black, Nico, the usual piece, Kyle. And then, like, yeah, like I think I said that's what I did. I think the earliest I remember you was like the fall or winter of like 2016. Like you probably like, around Jamaro, like one of those channels. I think like that's when I first remember seeing you, like right after like Trump won. Which is crazy.
Because I think we all started out. It was like me, Jamal, Holly Seeliger, and a couple others. Like we all put out a video about the Justice Democrats. Like they announced Justice Democrats, and then we all like did a video like with our take on it. And then like a few other channels like picked up our videos and like was playing them and stuff. So, I just kind of kept with it. But it's crazy to see how everybody's kind of branched out from where we all started to like where we are now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
hopefully we get back on that same page.
Debbie's gone. Shit.
I mean, there's only so long that they can ignore this stuff. I mean, I don't think, Jamal, Jordan Sheraton, like they're not people that, they're not the Hillary Clintons or the Rachel Maddows. Like there's only so long that you can have the privilege of ignoring this shit before you have to like meet the reality of it. You know what I mean? Like
what way you mean? Like, what are they ignoring right now? You would say.
I mean, like still believing in if you just vote the right way, that everything's going to
Oh,
turn out
okay.
fine, or like just believing mainstream media when it comes to like, anything when it comes to lockdowns or COVID or vaccines.
Yeah.
Like they have the privilege of like burying their heads in the sands when it comes to certain topics. I mean, some things are good on, of course, but other stuff is just like we can't ignore it. Like we can't just pay attention to one part of this because it all plays together. Like all these people work together. Like the military industrial complex, they work together with the government to make sure that people don't get a living wage. Because why else would people sign up to risk dying in a war? They're the ones that make sure that they have an incentive to make sure that you don't get free college, right? Because that's an incentive for joining the military. So it's like all these different fractions work together to fuck you over. So if you just pay attention to like one little part of it, I mean, that's nice, but it's not gonna help in the long run. You know what I mean?
But like it's crazy because like you see how like that there's that divide where like Jamal and Jordan and like combo on the election result. Like that is really crazy to me. Like how people really fell for that shit. Like why are you bending over to defend Joe Biden right now? Like what the fuck is going on? Like that one was really crazy. Like COVID, it's like COVID is like that's like it's different levels. Like
yeah,
I
I can,
lost friends.
yeah.
I lost, you know what I mean? Like acquaintances, like
Mm-hmm.
people like they like that shit is different. I don't know, like I don't know how we're gonna beat COVID. Cause like they literally lied to people and people are telling me, yo, that's true. That's true. It's like that was a real tough one.
Yeah,
But
that one's
like
just gonna
yeah,
take
like
time.
believe in like electoral politics and shit. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what to say. I don't like the facts are there for everybody to see. Like they're right there for you. Like
Yeah.
I don't know which way you think you get in here. Like the only way, like as of this, like as of right now, like if you're trying like to push people into this, you're doing it for financial gain. Like at this point, like there's no other reason to be doing this. Like you like and it's crazy because like it's like I say whack-a-mole. There's so many things happening at once like that. Like how many people we are we gonna have to like tell this to like yo like don't waste your time like bro like you're not gonna get anything accomplished with these people. As soon as they walk in the door, everything changes.
Yeah. I mean, you got to quit hanging your hope on somebody else to come and fix your problems. Like, nobody else is going to come over and mow your lawn. Nobody else is going to come over and clean your house. Nobody's going to come over and pay your bills. So, why do we think that somebody else is going to come in and fix these problems? Like, you don't get something for nothing. So, if
They
you
go
want to
in there
see a change,
like
you got to be invested in it.
they go in there and they got people higher than them like I'm sure like who the fuck knows what they told Tosi. Tosi left Congress and everything. They probably showed her some shit, yo. If I'm being like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not the biggest Tulsi fan, but Tulsi was saying some shit that people didn't want to hear.
What was it? The JFK assassination from a different
A
angle?
lot of shit, yeah,
You
like the
know?
Google lawsuit, Hillary, like she said some shit like the stop funding terrorists act, like the election integrity, all that stuff. Like yo, like that shit, that's some real shit right there. Like whatever. I'm not saying I'm over here standing for Tozy. Anybody can do me dirty. I learned that the hard way with Bernie. Anybody can do you in. I don't give a fuck who you are. like they probably like you remember when Bernie had at the convention he had the band-aid on his head
Yeah.
on 26. They probably told Bernie, you better get your action.
That's from the lobotomy, like they gave them like, what the
He
fuck? I
got the
mean, that was like night and day, man. The difference between before and after that DNC, it was like
yeah, like
invasion of the body
things change.
snatchers.
It's crazy. Like think about it. Like because that's where honestly like I've heard like people that I trust, you know what I mean? Like the Pied Piper theory.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying it's in reverse. Hillary was the Pied Piper, so Trump could win. And it's like I don't want to be conspiratorial, but it's like, yo, like Trump got the right wing get on board for some shit I'd have never thought was gonna happen. With COVID, like with that COVID shit, like yo, it was like what like Trump bombed some people. Nah, Trump didn't bomb nobody. Trust the people. Like it's crazy, like what Trump got people like got the right wing on to check up to get on board for. Like he came in promising to be something that he wasn't, and he ended up governing like George Bush, like Dick Cheney, George Bush, saying neocon shit, and they ate it up. Everybody, all these right wing, like, and then they bring in COVID, and it's like, who better to bring in COVID with than the bumbling idiot? Like what did Dylan Ragland say? The village idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I do feel like once it was like Trump Hillary, like something different happened. Like shit changed forever. Like nothing was ever the same.
Yeah. I mean, well, we're seeing a transfer of power because the people that are in power, well, now, or, within the past, few years, they're like the older generation, right? I mean, there are literally like they're playing Weekend at Bernie's with Joe Biden right now. Like they are just propping him up and just doing their best to like make a show of he's coherent and with it and he's presidential. But I mean, these people are like literally on death's doorstep. So I mean, they're making a plan for transitioning that power to a new generation that's going to take over and continue that and be the next Nancy Pelosi and the next Joe Biden, right? So that's why you've got your AOCs and all that. I mean, the names will change, the branding will change, but it's going to be the same structural system that we've had in place for a long time now. Like, it's slavery. Okay, we got rid of slavery, but now we have prison labor. They just rebranded it. It's just the same thing under a new name. So we're going to have a new Nancy Pelosi. I guarantee you it's going to be AOC. So, I mean, go ahead. I mean, where has the electoral politics gotten us? Like, what have we gotten from their 40 chess or, from voting the right way or anything electorally? I mean, we're still asking for things that we were asking for like 100 years ago. So, I mean, I don't understand how people still believe in this shit. I mean, I guess because it's easy, but I don't know. Yeah. It's fucking frustrating.
And like that's the thing, like whatever, like Trump, like whoever was behind Trump, they had it like they made a deal with like whoever running shit now and shit. Like they got Trump out of there, like got the George Bush faction back in there. And it's like, I don't know, like there's all these spooks like in Joe Biden's administration with fucking Kamala and shit, and Kamala has ties to like spooks and shit. So it's like, I don't know where we go from here, honestly. Like, I'm even thinking, because you know what I mean? Like, in the grand scheme of things, like a Nancy Pelosi, a Chuck Schumer, like these people, like they matter and shit. But it's like, then you got the security state on top of them, and then you got the oligarchy on top of them. It's like who knows where they're taking this shit? Like it's like right now, I couldn't guess what the fuck's gonna happen now. Like I just hope, like, you know what I mean? I'm praying that the vaccine like doesn't hurt people and shit. Like I'm just praying it doesn't, because like I ain't got no faith in that shit.
Yeah,
like, I think people are crazy for taking the vaccine.
Yeah, I'm supposed to trust the people that killed my community with the opiate epidemic.
Exactly, like Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, like, and we're the crazy ones, Stevie. We're the ones that like we can't be reasoned with.
Yeah. Well, people are so emotionally invested in this. That's like one of the biggest problems. It's not like they just don't want to pay attention to it. They're emotionally invested because it's like, there are people around them that are getting sick, that are dying. There are people, they don't want to hurt people. So, they want to be a good person. They want to help out. So now they believe that if you don't do these things, if you don't get the vaccine or wear a mask or, stay at home forever, that, you're a terrible person that doesn't care about other people. So it's like now there's that emotional, investment in it, which, I get it because my mom had it and I was scared to death because I
Yeah,
thought that she was going to die in the hospital. And she still has problems with it. But it's weird because it can hit her that way, but then other people can get it and it's like a cold.
my
So
dad did too. My dad, he was looking bad for a sec too, and he took the HCQ when in early April. He took the HCQ that they don't want anybody to take. And he took it early on, and he got better. And it's crazy, like the whole Jimmy Dore thing. It's like Jimmy Dore, like he wasted all these months being scared of the virus and listening to like his pop friends and shit, like Dylan Radigan and these people. Instead, he could have went the Ryan Christian route. He could have went the Jason it had all these conversations and like people needed to hear and shit. I remember James, he shot at Dr. Shiva out. Have you seen any of his interviews?
I've seen some of them. And then I don't know if you watched this back when we were like with Evan Kim, but he did an interview with Dr. Shiva like years ago, but when it came to like censorship and stuff. But yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. He's really good when it comes to the election results for sure.
But I learned about him April of last year. April or May, Jason Berman's had him on to talk about COVID, and he was laying it down like he was basically saying that like America just doesn't do science right. They're not like they don't teach the doctors how to treat a whole body. It's all everything is specialized. Like you're in a special like part of the body, and it's like in other countries they don't do it this way. And there was all these like they were talking about back then about the ventilators and stuff, like how like Dr. Shiva was explaining like when you give somebody a ventilator, like it's like the shock to the lungs, like it's worse than whatever they had. Like that's gonna hit it harder than like whatever they had in the first place. But yeah,
Yeah.
I recommend you watch that interview. I forgot a lot about it, but he was going into like a lot of detail, like about like just like everything, like everything's corrupt, like academia where they learn, then the hospitals and like these pharmaceutical companies. Like he's a Republican, and he was like that's what really got me, like, because I know he was right leaning, but even he was saying like the monopoly of like all these the patent system. Oh, he talked about that too, like the patent system and the health insurance and stuff, like and the pill producers, like all that stuff, like that shit is all needs to be looked into. Like people like, and it's crazy, like you can't even recommend this stuff to people. Like I recommend you because I know you're hip on that shit, but like people don't like you. I send people videos, they're like they don't even want to look at it.
Yeah. Especially when you think about this, when you look at the opiate epidemic, these people came in, poisoned communities, killed people left and right, knowingly pushed that drug out there, knowing the effect that it had on people, let it kill people in the millions. There's just as many people that have died in the opiate epidemic that have died, according to their numbers, to COVID, right?
Yeah.
But you know what? We're forgetting all about that. And now we're going to focus on this. And now the people that are willing to sacrifice people for a profit are now to be trusted with our health and safety, just like the government that goes in and sacrifices people for a profit are now trusted to be in control of our health and safety. And the people that are doing this to you, the corporations and the politicians that are making this possible for them to kill people for profit, they're the ones that are selling you the cure for the disease that they've caused, for what they've inflicted on people. If they care about our health and safety, we wouldn't be fighting in for-profit wars. We would have healthcare and a living wage, but we don't have any of that. Why? Because they don't give a damn. So why all of a sudden do they care about our health and safety, right? Like that's what I asked them. Like these people that have proven they don't give a damn about you, now they care. So you got to ask what the motivation is behind that.
And like, let's just look at it practically. Like like for instance, like people we know that like they might be like hip on like all the like the foreign policy stuff we're saying, and then they turn around and like the government that lies to them about everything, they know they lie to them. They trust them on this. Like, how do you gonna trust them on the most like vital? Like, these people are trying to tell you that like this is gonna kill you and you need to do X, Y, and Z, and you're gonna trust them like off the bat, like, and it's crazy. And then you see how the government, like you said, like you said, the video montage, like Fauci lying to you, like they do it in such a half-assed way, like they did, like the whole way, like didn't seem like the whole way. I understand it's Trump, but like even now, like they're like the whole time it was like a lackadaisical, like from the media to the media, because the media was covering up for whatever they said, and the government both in tune with like this a lackadaisical, like a way of like telling you this is happening, you need to prepare, like all this stuff, like we're they look like they didn't seem that concerned, and like I'm supposed to take I'm supposed to take this seriously, and like listen to you like say MSM talking poison and shit, like nah, man.
No, and I mean, look at the essential employees. Look at our heroes out there with no health care. They won't give them a raise. They won't give them a living wage.
Exactly.
Oh,
like
thank you. We're gonna, pound on our, pots and pans, but I don't think you're worth getting health care or a living wage. So I mean, just make our cheeseburgers and bring up our groceries, live out in the streets like the animal that we think that you are. Like that's their mentality. They don't care.
Nobody's even looking at it that way. Like if there was one thing that like I would be like, they'd be like, so why do you think this is like? They'll be like, you see how every other like Western country is taking care of their people, and America is. What does that tell you? Doesn't that tell you that they think like they think this is a big joke to you? Like you don't think this is a big joke to them? Like, yo, we're getting off on like all like they basically like morphed the economy as well. Like they gave insider trading like weeks before like everything was closed, and it's so obvious that like they are manipulating us. Like I don't know, man. Like they'll see aspects of it. They'll see like they'll follow the money, or they'll follow, but they won't get the whole picture. It's crazy. Like they'll see like, wow, they're not helping us, and they won't put two and two together.
Yeah. I mean, they're laughing at us all the way to the bank. I mean, like we're just a big joke to them. Like, look, I guess like they're just betting each other. I mean, that's what it seems like. I bet you I can do this and they won't say shit about it. I bet you I can get by with this and they won't do a damn thing, right? I bet you I'll do this and they'll just fucking take it.
It begs to ask, like, is it that simple for them? Like, are you people this gullible?
Like, when is it going to be like, there's got to be a line in the sand for people. Like, when is it? Because it's not like they're going to stop taking, right? Like they're just going to keep taking. That's the nature of it. So what is it that they're going to take one day and you're going to say, nope, not that thing, not my Dancing with the Stars, not my, McDonald's. I mean, like, what is it that they're going to take that, like, what is it? Like, what is it?
And
like,
then like, it's like, you think like, I'm like, I don't know if you seen Event 201?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like, then I gotta jump into this. Like, well, why would I listen to the same CDC that predicted something very similar to what was gonna happen like 4 or 5 months earlier than like when we locked down? And you got Johnson and Johnson there, and there's no surprise that Bill Gates funded the thing, and then he gets like propelled as like the go-to guy for anything related to COVID. Like why? Like a guy that didn't have a college like degree, and then he was like a high school graduate, and like this guy, like, come on, man, like this is crazy. And like Bill Gates basically owns like MSNBC and shit. Like he created that shit, and it's like how do people like why? How could I make these connections? Like me, like I'll be like Jimmy, like yo, like some dipshit, like some dumb guy. But you guys can't, like, people smarter than me. You're falling for you're falling for the funniest shit ever. Like this is some sorry shit. Like I wouldn't, like, come on, man. You're gonna confuse me on something. Like tell me like about the Kurds and Syria, like something like that, like something complicated. or like the Muslims in China, but like not this, man. Like this is a child's play. Like I shouldn't be telling people this shit. They should know this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm telling people, like, I don't know what rock you've lived under, but
Yeah, like
Santa Claus isn't real. You can't just throw a penny down a wishing well and make things better. Like, there's just, I'm sorry to break that, belief that you have. I hate to, break your little, perception of reality there, but this ain't how it works. Like, this isn't real life. Like, you can make yourself feel good with all that shit, but it's just not how it works.
I think like COVID and all this is a result. This is what you get when you keep monopolizing things. When you keep monopolizing stuff, this is the end result you get. Like you total control of like human beings, like basically. Like we're like they basically control people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like what you brought up earlier with the mainstream media, how we had all these different channels, right? And that they consolidated down to like what, 6 of them, something like that.
Yeah.
The same thing has happened with pharmaceutical companies.
Oh,
There's all these different, companies that were
most of them are
medicines.
in my state, New Jersey. Most of them are here.
Yep, and they've completely consolidated down to under, I think, 10 now. So you've seen the effect that it's had on our mainstream media and our news and everything else. So like, what do you think that's doing for our medicine and our health?
Exactly.
You think that's helping any? Like, that's making things like so much worse, especially when the politicians are paid off by them. Like here, our attorney general that's supposed to be prosecuting, these, corporations or, big pharma for the opiate epidemic. Well, he used to be a lobbyist, and so was his wife, and he passed tort reform to make sure that, we can't go after them. That if we go after them, that the police and the pharmacies and firefighters, they're all going to be sued as well. So you can't take them down without them having to pay a chunk of it too. So
no senator in America takes more money from Big Pharma than my senator, Cory Booker. And you already know what Cory did to that Bernie.
Oh God, he's gross. He's right up there. Yeah, he's right up there with Joe Manchin. For sure.
Nobody, it's no surprise. Like all the pharmaceutical companies are in Jersey.
I haven't heard much from him lately. What's he up to?
I don't know. Shit, me neither.
He's laying low. He's laying low. I don't know what he's doing, but he's laying low.
He's laying low.
Yeah, all these people that we were so worked up about, like even just 4 years ago, like we just kind of forgot about them. Where's Ben Carson? What's he out there doing? I mean, like Hillary Clinton, she dropped off for a while there. It's just like they didn't stop doing what they're doing. So what are they doing? They're still out there doing some
I don't know.
nefarious shit. Promise you that. Like
nobody's gonna investigate because of COVID either.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go outside and shit.
Yeah, this is probably going to be like, just like 9/11. There's a reason.
I think like it's the consolidation. Like this is 9/11 on steroids. Like this is like it's
9/11
it's a consolidation. Like private schools, they didn't social distance. They kept everything normal. Like it's like a heads up for everybody. Like anybody with money. Like you know what I mean. Like kids. Think about just from a kid's aspect. Like any newborn is never gonna know whatever like your kids see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
never
really
going back. They can tell you, the back. It's never going back.
No,
never going back.
There's kids in bubbles at band practice. Like you've got kids in literal like bubbled up in band practice. They're and there's a video that I put up. It's one of these. It was from LA school district or something, and it was this little montage, this little video that they put together of this girl, and she's so scared because she wants to go to school, but she doesn't want to kill her parents or her grandparents. And now there's a daily pass that she can go and get scanned by Bill Gates, and then if he allows her, then she can go to school and feel safe about it. I mean, and oh my gosh, I mean, it's just so dystopian. But they've got this little music in the background, like, okay, well, I guess I'm supposed to feel good about this then, because the music sounds nice and happy, right? Like,
that's funny.
It's fucked, man. And I feel bad because my kids, I'm watching my kids, they're so depressed. All these kids out there, kids need social
Suicides are
interaction.
going up too. Suicides have been going up amongst
12-year
kids,
olds.
teens.
I mean, like, I'm a hermit. I'm okay with this. Like, I'm okay with like being at home. This is how I recharge before I go back out and socialize. But kids, they need that. They need to be able to interact with other kids in order to learn, how to talk to other people. That's how they learn manners and how to, negotiate and, like that. There's
They're
so much that they
taking
learn
the
from
human
that.
element. They want zombies. They're taking the human element out of it. They want they putting all the onus on you. Like the parent has to do their best to bring some humanity. Like, yo, like this is what it used to be like. Like it's hard, man. It's really hard. Like I don't know.
Yeah. And it just breaks my heart for these kids because I try my best when it comes to mine, but there's some out there that, they fall through the cracks or, they're being isolated in a home that is, full of drugs or that's abusive, like they don't have that escape or, it's not like the government's giving anybody money right now, if they're too poor to have electric or food or anything like that. So these kids are and they're the most powerless. They can't fight back. They can't go out and get a job. They don't have the experience to understand what's going on. So, all this shit's happening to them. And like, how much more can we fuck these kids up right now? Like how much can we dump on them?
It's like, it was like an acceleration. It's like, it's what it was. It's almost like a little population control. Like it was like now the way they set it up, it can happen again. We get stuck in our house again. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's tough. Like, it's really tough. Just like things that come up in our heads. Like I know you've had like these things, like things that come like nothing pretty comes to mind. Like with what these people are like, the precedent that was set like last March and stuff. Like I don't know. You shut down a whole economy. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't how quarantine works. Like
And
I worked in the hospital.
I
I know how this shit works. This is not it. This isn't how quarantine happens. There's not a 1-year anniversary for a quarantine. Yeah. Like it's not, you can't say, oh, we're a quarantine, but these people go out and work, or you can still go to the grocery. That's not how it works. You do it. Either you commit to it for 2 weeks or you don't. So, I mean, they didn't even do that. So, I mean, there's so many ways that you can prove that, this isn't about your health or your safety.
It's not about safety at all.
This is like the TSA version of like medicine. Makes you feel good, makes you feel like you're doing something, but not really. Or you got people using the wrong mask, not wearing them right, wearing the same mask for 2 weeks and then getting out of the store, hanging it on their, on their steering wheel to use again the next time. That's not how PPE works. Like I worked in a hospital, that shit drives me crazy. I'm like, yeah, when we went into a room like that, like we would have to strip all of our gowns that we would have to wear, our gloves, our masks that properly fitted. Like we'd have to strip all that off, put it in a biohazard waste, right? And then leave the room, alcohol, then go wash our hands. But this whole thing of like, well, let me touch my mask and make my mask fit. Let me wear it again. That's not doing anything. It just makes you feel like you're doing something.
Not only that, the respirator thing, like that was super fucking weird. Like, why are you telling people they need something that they don't need, and if they take it, it will scar their lungs, and it could lead them to die, like right then and there. So then, like, it's like how do you misdiagnose that so bad?
They know that's their whole job. Like the CDC is disease control. It's right in the name. Like they don't know how to control something like this.
And the CDC
they don't know what works.
Event 201.
Yep. And Event 201 predicted, right? Predicted, planned, whatever you want to say, right? They're the ones that knew that there was going to be a shortage of,
of equipment and stuff.
Yep. PPE and not intubation.
That's a good point.
Ventilators.
That's a good point you bring up. Just that on that alone is criminal malfeasance.
They know it.
That alone, like just the fact that they had this whole what would you call it? it's like a webinar, not a webinar, whatever you call it, this presentation, and like down to the T, and you got people that were there that are in the Biden administration now. Yeah, and it's crazy. Or like Johnson and Johnson created a vaccine; they were there. The Chinese and American CDC. So that shows you that like there's this wrestling match where like the China and America are against each other. But then like it also shows you how there's power stronger than nation states. There are like people like Jeb, like not Jeb, but Gates, Eric Schmidt. There are these oligarchs that they transcend the nation. Like we've known this, like that's why like they ship a job out. They don't care, like they'll ship a job out from Michigan and take it to Mexico, or like these people have no allegiance to a country. At this point, like it's like a branding thing, or like I don't know, like blood, like like Gates is related to the Rockefellers, his grandfather and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Bunch of eugenicists deciding what we're doing.
But like the point is, like there are things that go deeper than like America, China. There's power stronger than even that control probably both countries.
Oh yeah, this has been going on for a long time,
monetarily or otherwise.
Yeah, I mean that's what they do. They're like a cancer or a parasite. They'll invade a country, they'll corrupt it, they'll take everything for what it's worth, they'll strip it down, right? They'll gain all the wealth, and then they'll move over to another country and do this, and then just keep repeating the same cycle. There's a reason why all these Nazis came over back, Operation Paperclip. Like we just keep bringing these same people over. And now they're gutting us, they're killing us, and now what's the next country they're going to hop to? They're a disease. They're a disease.
Bill Gates and others have vaccines. They go to Africa and they have diplomatic immunity. They can't be financially hurt or anything from them.
That's the real virus you need to worry about, like that right there.
Recently they've been sending AstraZeneca and other vaccines down there recently to Africa.
Oh yeah, Bill Gates has a long history of that.
Yeah, I don't want you know what I mean. I don't want to just people need to know these other names like Klaus Schwab, Eric Schmidt. There's other players in this that like even play bigger roles like behind the scenes than Gates does. Gates seems to be like the front man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's the name that people know. Gage, but there's definitely more people behind the scenes that are actually pulling the strings, moving the money, making the money. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Whitney Webb. I mean, of course, probably if you're still watching at this point, you probably already know about Whitney Webb and T-Lab and all them. But yeah, I'm still trying to get caught up on Whitney stuff because like for every sentence that she says, I have to do like an hour of research because I'm like, shit, who's that person? What's this thing? Like because I was doing electoral politics. So now I have to scrap all that shit that I knew before and learn about all this, new stuff and just, that's not where it's at. Those are the WWE of all this. Like they're the show. This is where where the action's at. Yeah.
They're the show that keeps like dipshits like Kyle, TYT, like keeps in having people like caught in this grift and shit. They themselves may be caught in the grift.
Mm-hmm.
And then like it's like crazy. Like it's almost like, come on, man. Like you gotta wonder, like, do these people know this shit and they're just keeping it to themselves? Like you can't I can't be too gullible to just say like, oh, we found out about it, but they haven't. Like, cause they got more resources. Like, I don't believe that.
No, there's a reason why they're scrambling to keep us quiet. They put in a lot of time, effort, and money to make sure that we are obedient and ignorant and all these other things to keep us, doing what they want us to do. So if they have to focus so much on us, that means that they wouldn't do that if they were definitely going to win. Right? Like if we didn't have a chance of fighting back and like doing what needed to be done, then they wouldn't bother with doing that shit.
Exactly.
So I don't want people to give up hope like, oh, well, this is, people that run the world, basically, how can I fight back against them? Like, no, there's a reason why they have to work as hard as they do to make sure that, things go their way.
It's true. It's like we've always had the numbers. It's just you need the minds. Like you need the minds to come together. We'll always have the numbers. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think we'll get there. I mean, we've got a lot of people and like we're gaining traction every day. Like, I'm starting to get on the same page, with stuff. So, and I'm seeing more and more people speaking out. I'm seeing more and more people like asking questions. The more distance we get between like the initial like brainwashing of like the COVID stuff and all that, just so many people can't afford to like just ignore it anymore. So, it's really I'm glad to see that we're gaining allies, even though we're losing some. I think we're gaining more than we're losing. So, I don't know, maybe I'm I don't know. I don't think I'm too optimistic. I don't think I'm an optimistic kind of person, but I do have hope with that.
It's human nature, you know what I mean? Like we can't quit, man. That's whack too.
Yeah, I mean, really, and even if we were going to lose, do you really want to just let them have it, like, or do you want to put up a fight? Are you just going to like roll over and let them take it, or are you going to make things hard for them? Like, I'm not going to just let them have it.
Exactly.
Go boneless. That's what I say. Just go limp. Don't do anything. Don't do anything they want you to do.
Yeah.
Fight them anyway. I mean, nothing's too small. Still office supplies. Like that's what I say. Like if you still have to go to work, still office supplies. Take bathroom breaks on the clock. Like just do whatever you can. Just drain them.
Yeah.
I worked at the pizza place. I put extra cheese on the pizzas. Whatever. Fuck you and your money, your bottom line. Whatever you gotta do. Nothing's too small.
Nothing. Yeah, exactly. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. So how long have we been going now? A little over about an hour now. Yeah. All right. So I'm probably going to wrap up here because I try not to go over an hour because usually over an hour, people zone out. It's like, I know, especially when we pack all this information into one live stream.
Anything in the chat?
Oh yeah, I forgot to check chat.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot of people over here. We got Into Fed, Choosy, Heretics, Choose Carnation Revolution now. It's a mouthful. Mariana.
Call him William. His name's William.
William. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, William. Yeah, William's kind of like us. He's everywhere. Bluebell. Hey, Bluebell.
Nah, but William talks a lot about like Rome and stuff, and the bloodlines, the Jesuits. You know what I mean? Like I listen to that stuff. I'll never discount it. You never know.
Yeah, I gotta look into it. I just don't know where to start with that.
Have you heard him talk about the Carnation Revolution?
Mm-hmm.
You know what it is?
Yeah, it was peaceful. It's like a peaceful revolution
in Portugal in 1970.
Yeah, I'm looking at any option that we got right now. Like we can take any information that we can get. But let's see who else we got. Tony, of course. Tony watches closely.
What up, Tony? I want to say hi. Those are all my people. I come from I'm one of the chat people.
Oh, Allie's here. Hey, Allie. Garden Gnome. Dude, we were talking about you. Cannabis Sativa, Red Sea, Independent Left.News. Oh, it's like the whole gang's here. That's awesome.
That's what's up.
Oh, Yellowbro was here too.
Nice.
Everett, Brian. Damn. Well, shit, I missed out. I'm going to go back and rewatch and just look through the chat.
Me too. What did I want to ask you, Steve, before? I wanted to ask you something. I forgot what it was. Something political. Damn. What was it? I don't remember now. I'm sure it'll come up. Anything you wanted to ask me before you left?
I don't know. What's on your radar right now? Like, is there anything that's like like your main focus of like concentration right now, or
Well, I mean, right?
where's your head at?
Lately it's been like MPP, man, like that bullshit. Like sorting, like people getting into scuffles and shit.
I can't wait till this shit's over. I mean, God damn. I don't know how
Something,
much longer we
yeah,
could
like
drag this MPP shit out.
that. What else I've been focusing on? I was focusing on something else. Oh yeah, I was looking I was looking at the we just came off the Assange stuff, the fuck censorship rally. And like, how about you? What are you looking at? Yeah, I'll ask you that. What's on your radar?
Pretty much the same thing. I'm trying to get caught up because I'm trying to surround myself with people that are a lot smarter than me. Which means I feel completely lost most of the time. So I'm like trying to research, like, okay, what I know, like the surface level when it comes to Assange, but I'm trying to figure out like what was his earlier work. I'm looking into like, I know some of the leaks. I mean, there was one night that I just went through some of his stuff, that some of the leaks, like with Walmart, and I mean, just there's so much.
Checked out Vault 7 yet?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What that was the one with like Hillary Clinton, the DNC and all that. Is that the one?
No. Vault 7. Vault 7 is like where they release like all the like a lot of like shit Snowden released about like how it's mad shit. I'll give you a couple examples, like flash screen, like a certain company that makes flash screens is selling like the information like from its customers to the government, stuff like that. Like a lot of like dirty secrets and shit. Like
oh wow.
A lot about Google, a lot about like about the connection between the like big tech and the government, like back doors into iPhones, back doors into Google. Like
I need to go through that one.
It's a lot, you know what I mean? Like you could start anywhere and you'll find something crazy, like government contracts, like who works, like a lot of shit. You should check Vault 7. Like Prop got me into that shit, checking Vault 7. And then like I remember we checked Vault 7 and like something happened. I was like, yo, that was in Vault 7. Like that's crazy. So yeah, like it's a lot of shit that's still important now. Like it will continue to be important in the Vault 7 leaks.
Oh yeah, I've got to figure out which is the one that, because Shanda over on Roar, she sent me a link to like this huge like just dump of like WikiLeaks stuff.
I'm telling them to send it to me so I can send it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I spent all night. Like James came in, it was like 5:30 in the morning. I'm still sitting there and like in the same position, like just reading through all this stuff. I was like,
it'll take you days to read that Vault 7 shit. That shit's a lot.
Oh man, I gotta go through it. Yeah, so I mean, like, and that's just part of it. I mean, there's also like all these other whistleblowers out there, like David McBride.
Yeah, David McBride.
He's a badass, man. Like I was listening to him over there on.
I feel bad, man. Like do you know his backstory or like?
I know a little bit of it.
So
I know he was like in the military and all this, and then he was seeing some stuff, and that's why he had to like come forward.
He tried to go through the proper channel. Yep. He tried to like go through command, go to the police, and then he finally went through like a news agency and shit, and like the Australian government arrested him, and they confiscated like everything out that news agency, and they arrested a couple journalists with him, and they're on trial too. I think it's one or like two journalists are on trial with David, and like this is the first, like that's the first time like they're literally like trying source and like publisher. He was a source and the person who released the stories about like war crimes in the Australian government.
Yeah, I mean, so, Assange really doesn't stop with him.
His case is really interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't just stop with Assange. There's all these whistleblowers out there that are like, I mean, Reality Winner. You got David McBride. I mean, you got Edward Snowden, Susie Dawson out on the run. You've got, and now Whitney Webb, just for being a journalist, she's on the run yet again. I mean, she
I
has
don't know.
to leave her country. The
She went to the
second time she's had to
UK.
leave a country.
Yeah, she went to the UK. She said.
Yeah.
I hope she's safe there, man. I don't know about the
I don't know
UK.
that. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I don't know. I go to Greenland, but you know what I mean. Yo, economics, all those things play. She got to move a kid around. My heart goes out to Whitney. Yo, my heart
That's
goes out.
got. I mean, that's got to be terrifying, especially when you got a kid. I can't even. But that's.
Wish her all the luck in the world.
Yeah. Well, she's got a solid community of people willing to
Yeah,
fight for her for sure. For sure.
yeah. It's not easy though. You know what I mean? It's just still hard.
Yeah. I
To
mean,
speak up
well,
and
yeah.
go like
Especially when
that.
you see what happened to Sanja, he's got a bunch of people fighting for him too. He was
Yeah,
put on mainstream media. There was a lot of people supporting him, and where are they now? Where are they
yeah.
now? All these people that were quoting him back during the election, where are they now? You got three different presidents from two different parties, completely different personalities, but they all got into office and they all bombed the same people. They all went after
They all locked up
Assange.
the same
They all
people.
did the
Yeah.
same thing because they're not the ones making the orders, are they? They're getting their orders from somebody else.
They're
Who's giving them the order?
they're the
Who's
lowest
controlling the
part of the tree.
presidents?
On the totem pole. The politician is the lowest guy.
Yeah, they don't mean shit. Like, they're the like the middle child that likes to get the attention. Like that's not the prestigious job. You don't know those people's names like we don't, unless you do some real digging.
Yeah, like Bill Barr, those type of people.
Yeah.
But do you know like when COVID happened? Like, are you familiar with the ruling class and shit, like the divisions?
The divisions.
The divisions, like Trump represented, he represented the broke rich people. Trump represented
Oh, like the new money.
sports teams owners, Wall Street, who else? Like actors and shit. And then
Walmart.
I'll give you for example, like you see Debbie DeVos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like those type of positions that like Debbie DeVos got, that usually goes for somebody that's a Rhodes Scholar. And like when I say like these things, like Rhodes Scholar or like they went to Yale, like that means something. That means
Mm-hmm.
they're propped up by a certain class of it's the Caleb Maupin calls it the managerial class, which would be like old money, old oil money, like Rockefellers. There was a couple others. I forgot their names. Rockefeller, somebody else. But anyways, those people when Trump won, they didn't like Trump. And
Mm-hmm.
like that, you could say that's why this whole Russiagate shit happened. Cause like Trump, like he like those type of people, like they like Obama. They might have liked Bush. Like they like people they can control. Not saying like you know what I mean. Like not saying that Trump fought. Like Trump, he folded,
Mm-hmm.
but he provided like problems for them and shit that another president might have not provided for them. So
Yeah.
then and then you could tell that like when COVID happened, all the people on Trump's side were losing money, and like the real estate industry, all those people lost money, and all the people against him made money, like Gates,
Mm-hmm.
Musk, Bezos, like Space Force, like that's like a gun to Trump's head. Like you got to put this like this. That's not Trump's baby. That shit was coming in the works by whoever whoever funded Trump and shit. So there's different factions and stuff like and shit like just things to keep in mind about like all these fucking these oligarchs and shit. Like they're playing games with us. They can do that. Like they have the power to play games with us. They have the power to fuck us over. Like and nothing happens to them. They keep rolling.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like that's the thing. Is like it's frustrating because like I'm not a master at any kind of like subject really. I know a little bit about a lot of things, but not a lot of things about one particular thing. So like when it comes to this stuff, I'm still trying to learn like all the different players and the different. Like I know that there's a definitely a fracture between um like there's businesses and corporations. There's the people that make money off of selling things, right? Which are they're pretty much looked down on by the people that make money from like having money or make money from intelligence or things like that. So yeah. Or you make money from owning stocks, which, that seems to be like, the people at the top, it's all about the stock prices. Anything to kind of boost that. God, they'll kill your whole family for that. They'll kill a whole nation for that. They make their stocks go up for a quarter,
Yeah, they'll kill anybody getting killed.
You've got banana wars. You've got, what was the other one? Like cashews or something?
Yeah, almonds and shit.
Coca-Cola, they got death squads. What the fuck? What the fuck?
They cooled like 20 countries in South America and the Caribbean just for that. Just for like fucking oligarchs and shit that own companies. Like, yeah, man. It's like, so like basically like it's always been this way. Like there's this government, but there's people like making money behind the scenes and shit that control them.
Mm-hmm. So the faces will change, but the power really doesn't. People controlling those people. That's why you've got those presidents that are still doing the same damn thing as the president before them. But I don't know. This is totally new. When we're seeing this fascism with Joe Biden that we were promised that was definitely going to happen under Trump. But I don't remember everybody's channels going down left and right under Trump.
Yeah,
as soon as Biden got in office, man, like everybody started dropping like flies. I'm looking around and like it's starting to be like there's only me and a couple other people that are still left standing anymore. I mean, they took out Franco, Combo Couch, even people that I don't really care for too much.
Ryan, they deleted Ryan's channel
twice. And his Patreon.
You can't even search that shit. I go on YouTube. That shit.
God, I wish I could be that kind of pain in the ass. That's what I want to be. I want to be the pain in the ass if they have to go after all my shit. That's the kind of pain in the ass I want to be to them. Come find me. I'm going to make a new channel.
I feel so bad.
That's goals right there.
Like Ryan is just like he's striking such a nerve. Like never seen that. Like I've never holy shit, like a news anchor, like on a major news network isn't making them like this is the next level. Like you got the actual people coming for you. Like this isn't
fuck this guy in particular.
Yeah, like it's not
they are
WWE
chasing
shit.
him.
Like it's like nah, man. It's the actual people coming for him, bro.
Yeah. Last American Vagabond. I'm glad we got to do an interview with him. Hopefully,
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, so do you know where to find his stuff now since he got, yeeted again?
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say?
Do you know where to find his stuff now since he got yeeted again?
Well, he's got it all backed up on his website.
So so if he puts out new stuff, we can still catch him over on his
yeah, you gotta go check his
website
every day. Check his website.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do because I love his stuff. He's so thorough.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
Everybody. They took Derek Bros down. They took him at Whitney down on Patreon. Like Robert Enlickers. He's the only one that's still around, and he's not even he's got to watch himself too now because he's talking a lot about Biden and Syria and shit. They're gonna fucking try to get him too.
Mm-hmm. Well, they just took down one of James's videos. Said it was medical misinformation, but here's what's creepy about what happened with Whitney is that they took her off of Patreon, right? They said, look, if you don't get your mind right,
but they couldn't prove that she was lying about what she was saying.
Yeah, and so they sent her a message back and said, well, you haven't we're not getting rid of you for medical misinformation, that she was factual, right? They admitted that she was being factual. But because she was being honest and factual, that people wouldn't get the vaccination or do preventative measures, as they put it, because if she told them the truth, they wouldn't go along with it. So if people were well informed, they wouldn't want to do these things. And that is
it's what we're
horrifying.
saying. It's what we're saying. This is all like it's all part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan. Just relax. Just let Klaus happen. Just let it happen.
Let Papa Klaus. Let Daddy Klaus fuck you over.
Yeah, let the eugenicists be in charge of your health. and your safety. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. No. So anyway, there's a lot there, and I'm glad that you got me telling me about the Vault 7. So that's going to be a whole new rabbit hole that I'm going to be going down.
Yeah, you gotta check that out.
There's so many rabbit holes right now when it comes to like Whitney's work and T Lab's work, and Slow News Day, and
yeah, like
that's what
that's what I'm saying. Like Whitney, I've seen Whitney, I've seen Steve, I've seen Ryan. They all take like stuff from Vault 7 and show us like this was in Vault 7. Like things applied now. Like Ryan did that the other day. He was showing us his channel stuff. Like this was in Vault 7 that they're trying to do. So like it's still relevant. It's like really like revolutionary. Like how he showed that. How they're like WikiLeaks got that shit out there.
Yeah.
Like WikiLeaks is no joke. Like that shit. Like they've done the Lord's work. Like and like you know what I mean. Like we need more people like Stevie, like you, like Glory. You guys gotta pick up the mantle and stuff because like you're all we got right now.
Yeah, I mean that's where my channels. I don't keep it monetized. I don't try to monetize. I'm trying to fly under the radar for as long as possible. I think like that's like the quickest way that they can I'm not going to give them a club for me to beat me with.
Don't be ashamed to set up a PayPal, whatever. Like yeah, use it as long as you can because that it's gonna disappear. You keep talking about this stuff. You already know what's gonna happen.
Well, I was sitting there backing up all my work. All these all my videos over Odyssey. I'm halfway through uploading my videos, and I'm already seeing hit pieces come out about how conspiracy theorists are conspiring to go to Rockfin and Odyssey, and I'm like, God damn it! That's just I was just uploading my videos. They're coming after it already.
It started already, yeah.
Shit. I mean, like it's like Pulp Fiction with the watch. You got to shove it up your ass if you want to keep it safe anymore. Like I don't know where to put this stuff. If I put it on a drive, they could raid my home, or like where the fuck am I supposed to put this? But that's it's getting pretty bad. I mean, this is bad when you have to do all these things.
But like you know, what I mean, we gotta embrace it. Like that's really what we're facing. We're facing like total manipulation. Like this is the front line. Like it's either you it's like Yo Bro says like about that Assange shit. He had a video the other day about Jen Perlman. It's like when one of us, like when they take one of us down, it's gotta be like a zombie movie. Like two of us disappear. Like
yes.
Like if they take Stevie down, I'm gonna have to start streaming shit. I gotta keep the flame going. Like that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take that type of mentality.
A Streisand effect.
Like I don't give a fuck what happens. Like we need to like take a page out of Ryan. Like Ryan, he's fearless. He doesn't give a fuck. He's just gonna keep going.
Understand. Like they have created a whole generation of people that doesn't have anything to lose.
I don't
own a home. I don't own a car. I don't have a good job. What do I have to lose? Like what? My life of like what? Living in like poverty in West Virginia? Like, oh no. Like like I don't have much of an incentive to like go along and just play along with the game. And so many people, I mean, there's a lot of people have it worse than me, even that like, what do they have to lose?
Let me cut you off.
Kids, they don't have nothing. Like,
let me cut you off there real quick. That's why I say they have removed comfortability with distractions. Mm-hmm. It's not no longer that any of us are like really in a good spot. Is that we're so caught up on something else that the machine is like producing. Like it's like that's what I see with the youth. That's what I see with like people that love sports. Like, yo, I get it, you love sports, man, but like we got bigger shit to worry about. Like people that are worried about like tone police and stuff. Like it can be anything. It can be like I'm just being like it's like they have removed like the fact that you are living in like you're not living right now. Like and it's been like it's like a socially engineered to happen this way. Like it's been like it's like people have lost sight of that, and like it's no longer like comfortability no longer is what like keeps you like engaged. Like if that goes away, that doesn't mean you're gonna be engaged in like what you and me are engaged. Like
Mm-hmm.
trying to see. They found a way. They found a loophole to keep people lost, even though they lost everything. They have no, like you said, know a
That's an
lot of
excellent
people that
point.
got way more to, like got nothing else to lose besides me. But like it's not even that they're afraid to lose it. Whatever they don't like, whatever they have is that they don't even like. They're not even in the headspace to do that. They're caught up on
Oh,
something else. Like it's like there's so many examples to bring up. Like I feel like that's like one of like the biggest problems we have. Like, and like that's why like I used to focus a lot like on economic and stuff. But like yo, bro, like he's some like human nature. Like he sees human nature like in another way than I see. I see it like we need to wake people up like in a way that get meet them where they're at and like listen like you need to like you need to start like prioritizing different shit because like on the scale of things that are fucking you over right now like whatever like whoever won yesterday that's not really like that's where you got to meet people at. There's
yeah,
people like they're caught up on the dumbest things. Like I'm not even trying to like come at anybody specifically. I'm just saying
yeah,
like, I was
yeah,
like that. I was like that for a long time. And then like I don't know, something clicked. We gotta like find what clicks on for people.
yeah. I mean, that's what I've been so focused on. Like, I did like for a good solid 3 weeks there. I did nothing but do like research into perception, bias, how, like, because I'm trying to understand how people get to where they're at. Like, how do people blindly follow AOC or Donald Trump? How do people believe in these things that are factually like just, I mean, like you can look at it and see like it's just not true. Like, what gets people to do that? Like, I know that propaganda and mainstream media has their role, which they're like a filter, right, that they that reality is processed through. But before that, even, or even after that, you've still got the personal perception filter, that so you're putting layer after layer after layer after layer of filters over reality, to where like people look at it and they're like, well, I mean, we could both, like, five people could be looking at the same thing and see five different things. It's so, AOC can do one thing, and that's why you see Fox News, they'll go one way with it, and you'll see, CNN go another way with it. And, yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like a hyper focus on manipulation by their part, and it's hard. It's a tough cookie to crack. I don't know.
I think that the most effective thing that I've done, instead of like telling people stuff, it's just
Oh yeah,
ask
you definitely want
questions.
to keep asking them questions.
Yeah, just try to get to know it, because that's what I've tried to tell people. It's like, well, nobody wants to listen to you if you're not willing to listen to them.
You
That's why
gotta
Bernie
listen.
Sanders was so effective here, right? Because nobody else gave us the
Definitely.
time of day. They looked down on us. They called us names. You know, you can tell when somebody's looking down on you. And
Yeah.
nobody else, we were a flyover state. And Bernie Sanders came here and he listened. He listened before he said anything, before he got his mind right at the DNC. He came here, he listened to people. And then he said, and he didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't say, well, I'll promise you coal mining jobs. He said, look, that's just not going to work anymore. And I was like, damn, he really said that. Like, he was actually honest about it. And he didn't lie and say, well, I promise we're going to bring coal back. He's like, look, we shouldn't have to. It's not good. It's not going to happen. But I got a plan, right?
Yeah.
Now, as far as what he's done since then, it's not so good. But, that doing what he did then, that's just what we got to see more of. I mean, take an interest in other communities, because like, as far as like here, we don't have the people to fight back. Like, we're not like California, to where we've got like 1 million people in one city, or millions of people in one county. We got 1.8 people total. Half of them are on Social Security and over 60. So, not like the youthful, revolution type that's willing to go out there and do it. I'm going to need some help from other people, but hey, we've got land here. And if you're willing to come here and help us out, we can offer our land for some, grow some food to help your community out. It's like just working together and building these like coalitions, to help each other out, because what works here is not going to work out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just got to be it's got to be tailored to your community and what you can do. So, and that's what we're trying to do with Party Exodus. I mean, I'm just trying to put together a resource, like it's like a toolkit for everybody, right? So, I mean, I can't tell you what's going to work in your community, but here's a list of things and here's some information that, just do what you can and use what you can, to the best of your ability, kind of thing.
Have you looked into that Derrick Rose stuff to sell?
Yeah, just a little bit. I know James knows more about it than I do, but yeah, we're trying to get something set up out here.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, we found some property, and it's like a couple acres for about $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dirt cheap, man, and that can feed some people. That can put up some homes there for the homeless.
Definitely.
It's a start. That's where it's at. Mutual aid and honest journalism. So I don't know if I'm much of a too much of a people person for the news stuff, but I can do manual labor. I'm not afraid of doing that. I've been doing that my whole life, so whatever. Play to our strengths, right?
Yeah, you gotta try.
Everybody's got something they can do, even if you just watch somebody's kids while they go out and do something.
Exactly.
Or, everybody's useful.
It's all about building communities. Exactly.
Everybody's useful. So, all right. So you got anything else to add before we wrap up here?
No, I want to say thank you for having me on. I had a great time.
Oh, this was wonderful. Yeah, please feel free to come back anytime. This was a great conversation. I hope I let you talk. I didn't cut you off too much, but it's just so exciting getting to talk to you on here.
Yeah, we hit it off. I didn't think we were gonna get. Remember I said what were we gonna talk about, but it came naturally.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was like, man, Anthony knows so much about stuff. I was like, want to make sure I look up stuff, make sure I know what I'm talking about before he comes.
Nah, definitely.
I was like, damn, I gotta brush up on some shit.
Still learning myself. You know what I mean? We're all still learning.
I'll tell you what, I'll look into the Vault 7 stuff, and if you want, you can come back when we can discuss that.
Yeah, I say I'm down to come on. We gotta bring props too.
Oh yeah, and I mentioned Skeptical Manas too.
Yeah, you gonna get Skeptical on?
Yep.
I met Skeptical I saw Skeptical last Saturday.
Allie too. I gotta get Allie.
Oh yeah, definitely. You gotta get Allie. You gotta get Glory to hop on. Get Mona too, yo. That would be fun. I'd love to see you and Mona.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! I get the whole gang on here. Scoop gang.
Just fuck around with Mona and shit for an hour.
Hell yeah! All right. So thank you again for coming on. It was really great, and I'll get you back on here soon. As soon as whenever you want to come on, you're always more than welcome.
Yeah, anytime. Let me know.
All right. So, all right. Thanks everybody in the chat for watching. And Saturday, I've got an interview with Robbie Yeager. It's at
you gotta plug that. I'll be there. I'll be here watching that.
Yep, it's at 7 p.m. with Robbie Yeager, because he's an Appalachian ally for sure. Okay, he's right there in North Carolina, and they're doing some pretty heinous shit down there. With the pollution and all that, and they're not reporting on it. So, I got to have his back and promote, whatever's, happening down there. So he'll be on Saturday.